All right, guys, look what came in the mail the other day. Got my U.S. passport. This passport came in the mail, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about the process of how I got about getting it and what I had to do to get it. If you go to the post office, there's this form called a DS-11, and essentially what this form is it's the application for your passport. So they ask you questions like your name, your address, what you do for a living. They ask you information about your parents, things like that. And what you do is you fill out that application, and you have to make sure that you use black ink for that. Black ink. You can't use blue ink because it's part of their standards and whatnot. So I actually made that mistake and filled it out in blue ink, and then they had to photocopy my application. And everything still went through okay, but just to avoid that potential problem, make sure you use black ink when you're filling out that DS-11 form. And after that, I went in, and there's a few different options of what you can get. So you can get the standard U.S. passport, which is this right here, and or you can get a passport with a little more pages in it. So that way, if you're traveling a ton, you can have plenty of more pages to get your stamps and visas on. And then you can get an ID card as well, and that ID card is going to be if you're just traveling as far as like driving is concerned. If you're just going, for instance, I'm in the US, obviously. If I just wanted to go to Canada or Mexico, then I could just drive through the barrier there, and go ahead and just show them that ID card without actually having this passport, if that's what I wanted to do. So I went ahead and got both of them instead of just one. And I did that because I just wanted to have everything I needed. Now, you don't actually technically need the card. So if you did want to save a little bit of money, you could just go ahead and just get the passport only. So that's an option. And as far as the time is concerned, there's an option on there where you can choose expedited. But I just want to say I didn't do the expedited. I just did the regular passport with the regular ID card. And I spent a little over 200. I think I spent about 210, 211. So it wasn't cheap to get this. So I will say that this is, it's not really that cheap to get this. It's not like you're getting your driver's license and it's a $20 charge. I mean, they want, about just for this. If I would have only got this, it probably would have been like maybe like 140 or 160 or something like that. But anyways, so went ahead and got this, paid for it, filled out everything, and when you go to the post office, they can take a photo for you, so that way you don't got to go to CVS or nothing like that. Now, there is a charge for them taking that photo, of course. I think it's like $10 or $15, and that goes into the 210 that I spent. So I showed up, showed them the form. He filled out everything that he needed to fill out on his end. And stapled everything together, went ahead and took my photo. I paid my charge, and then they did want to see my birth certificate, so they took my birth certificate. So I definitely had to give them that. They made me a copy. Now, they said they're going to send me the original birth certificate back in the mail, which is kind of interesting. So I went ahead and they went ahead and took that. So they got that. And then I waited for probably like three to 4 weeks, man. And I thought, based on what he was telling me, that my birth certificate was going to come back first, because there's a website you can go on, and I'll put that on the link to check the status of your passport. There's a link you can go on and enter in your information, and it'll tell you what the status is. And I thought that my birth certificate was going to come first, since, I figured once they got done using it and authenticating it, then they would just go ahead and send that back, and then the passport would come. But the passport actually came first, which kind of surprised me, because I was thinking, based on like the timeline that they were saying, I mean, they were saying, 6 to 8 weeks, for just regular. But if you wanted to pay for the expedited, then they were saying, 2 to 3 weeks. And I didn't pay for the expedited. I did not pay for it. So when it came in 3 weeks, I was really surprised, because I thought that was really fast for it to come. But anyways, so this went ahead and showed up in the mail a couple of days ago, and it's really nice. I can't really show you anything in here for security reasons, obviously, because there's, all my personal info on here. But just letting you guys know, like, this thing is beautiful on the inside, the ink, the unique features of it. I mean, it is so beautiful, man. Maybe you can see some photos online with some John Doe examples and go from there, but this thing is just absolutely stunning on the inside. Very beautiful. So now next, what he was saying is that everything comes in a separate envelope. So my birth certificate comes back to me in a separate envelope. My passport came in a separate envelope, and then my ID card will also come in a separate envelope. And they're all just, these, indiscreet, envelopes. There's nothing on them. And yeah, they just send them back. It says official business on there. I mean, it's an official government, envelope and stuff. But, that's just the way the government does things, very discreetly and, officially. So, but yeah, pretty hyped to get this, man. Pretty happy to get this, man. And this will let me travel, pretty much anywhere around the world. And I'm just really excited to take my first few trips and see, really where I want to go and what kind of countries I want to, visit and everything like that. Probably just end up going with some friends wherever they want to go. I'm not too picky. But so just to recap, the first step, go ahead and get your birth certificate and your driver's license. Second step is to go to the post office and get that DS-11 form, fill that out. Now, you actually have to make an appointment with the post office. You can't just go in there and say, hey, here's my form. I want to go ahead and get my passport. They won't do it. You have to actually get online on the U.S., Postal Service's website and contact them and say, hey, I want to make an appointment. And there's a lot of different times available and dates available. But you pick the one that's going to work for you best in your schedule. You get on there, go ahead and set the appointment. Then you show up with all your documents, your birth certificate, your driver's license, and then your filled out DS-11 form. And then make sure you got your money with you, because they will ask you for that without a doubt. They want that money. But anyways, so you go ahead and get everything going. And you can't do this cheaper than me. I went ahead and just paid the $211. But if you really wanted to do it cheaper, you could go to CVS or Walgreens and have them take a photo of you. And I think it's like $5 or something like that. I don't know. So you save a little bit of money like that. And then again, if you didn't want the ID card, you could just go ahead and just get only the passport. And I think you're going to be looking at like $140 to $160 for that. Don't quote me, but probably around that price. And you just show up, and then they do everything for you. I watched some videos online that were saying you had to get a money order and you had to do this and that, and it had to be made payable to the federal government and because you couldn't pay all the charges with a debit card. But you really can go up there and you can even buy a money order from the Postal Service, and then they'll just go ahead and make it out payable to, whoever needs it. I think it's the federal government, that one that doesn't accept debit cards. But yeah, so you just go ahead and buy the money order. They fill it out for you. You just sign it. You sign all the paperwork, and that's it, man. So from like start to finish, the whole process probably only took like Man, it was so quick because the postal workers were so used to doing this, over and over and over again. Man, they filled out all the documents, took the photo. I mean, everything was done, and I want to say almost like 15 to 20 minutes, man. I mean, it was that quick. It was not a long process at all as far as they're concerned. I mean, because they're so used to doing this same thing over and over and over again. They went ahead and just got me in and out of there, man. And before I knew it, this puppy came in the mail, and I was good to go. So now, really, all I'm waiting on now is just to get my original birth certificate back, and then just to get my ID card, just in case, I wanted to go to, just in case I didn't have this on me and I wanted to go to Mexico or Canada or something like that, just local countries that are nearby. I could just go across the borders with that ID card, and I wouldn't actually really need this passport. Now, I would probably just carry it with me just in case, because I mean, they might ask for it. I don't know. But you can go across the local borders, of local countries with just the ID card. Now, I don't know if you can, I mean, as far as north, I mean, that's all there is Canada up there. But if you went further south of Mexico, I don't know if you went into another country, further south of Mexico, I don't know if they would ask for your passport or something. I don't know how far that ID card will get you. But I went ahead and just got it just because, and, I just wanted to just get everything that I could so that way I wouldn't have to worry about anything and just be good to go after that. So, but yeah, like, subscribe, comment, man. If you guys got any questions about passport, I wish I could show you guys the inside of this, but I just can't because my personal information is in there. I'm sure you guys, can appreciate that. But this thing is just absolutely beautiful on the inside as far as the ink and the uniqueness and all the details. I mean, it is so detailed. It's just absolutely beautiful. But anyways, go ahead and go online, man, and type in U.S. passport pictures, and just, they'll be able to show you like all kinds of different stuff on there and show you how it looks and everything. But pretty streamlined process, man. People are so used to go ahead and filling these out and getting these done for you. It's just a routine process. And before you know it, you'll have your U.S. passport and you'll be able to just travel anywhere you want. So if you guys got any questions or anything, just put them in the comments, and I'll do my best to provide you guys the official information. And I'll put some links and everything in the comments, just so that way you guys can have all the official documents and everything. If you guys want to, look at everything and see, okay, how do I get this and what do I need and all the official steps. And then if your situation's a little different than mine, if you got a little bit of a different situation than, just being a regular American citizen, there's other steps and stuff that you can go through and other documentation you can provide, other than your birth certificate and stuff like that. There's a whole list of everything. But yeah, they're so good up there, man. They're so good up there, man. They do it so fast, very friendly, so hope this is really informative for you guys, and just let you know you can get your passport, man. It's a good thing to have, and that way you can travel the world and see the world, and go ahead and do some exploring. So appreciate you guys hanging in there with me on the video. If you guys got any questions at all, just go ahead and comment, like, and subscribe, man. Give me a comment, give me a question, and I'll do my best to answer it for you. Thanks, guys. See you next time. Bye-bye.